Welcome to Bear News. I'm Kristen Scovilich. For this year's spring concert, Butler Hancock was host to country music stars Love and Theft along with Craig Campbell. Although it was not as packed as last year's spring concert featuring Macklemore, this year's concert included a more family-friendly atmosphere. Many older and younger members of the Greeley community were in attendance for this year's concert. Craig Campbell started off the night getting the crowd ready for Love and Theft to take the stage. Everyone sang along to many of his songs, including his first single, Family Man, Fish, and his new fastest rising single, Keep Them Kisses Comin'. After Craig Campbell's set was over, Love and Theft took the stage in front of an excited audience. Love and Theft's fun-loving personality showed through during the show as they took selfies with people who were in the front row. The crowd lit up to many of their most popular songs, including Runaway. And finally, the student in the crowd who had been yelling "Angel Eyes" the entire night got his wish. As soon as the crowd heard the first few notes, they sang along word for word. Throughout the entire concert, students swing and line danced the night away until it was time to leave. Reporting from Butler Hancock, I'm Kristen Scovilich, Bear News.
The Cesar Chavez Cultural Center celebrates Cesar Chavez by putting on a series of events. The Cultural Center showed a documentary on Latino Americans and the Civil Rights Movement at the Linda Auditorium on Monday as part of the week-long celebration. The original documentary is 6 hours long, but it was cut down to an hour. If you would like to see the whole documentary, you can get a hold of it at the Cesar Chavez Cultural Center.
Days are getting longer and the semester is getting shorter. That can only mean spring is here, and what better way to celebrate than with a block party? UNC's Residence Hall Association hosted the Back from Break Block Party Friday. Booths and students filled the south end of the parking lot behind Toby Kendall Dining Hall. The interactive event had many activities and things to enjoy.
For the average college student, grocery shopping is expensive, but with discount prices at Esch's grocery shopping has never been cheaper. Esch's Family Market is located on 31st Street in Evans. It's further than the average King Soopers, but worth traveling the distance for their deals. What's the secret behind these bargains? Esch's is a discount store selling surplus and damaged packaged foods for half the price. They sell close to everything a regular grocer does, just cheaper. For those who are gluten intolerant, they have an assortment of gluten-free food, and on occasion provide fresh produce from local farmers. Even expensive chocolates are only 99 cents. Esch's is a family-friendly Christian environment and perfect for college students to shop at. Since they are family-owned, their hours of operation are only 9 to 6, and they close on Sunday. So all you UNC students out there, plan your schedule accordingly to stop by Esch's.
Alcohol is a part of campus life, and UNC is no exception. But the news are encouraging. Lieutenant Krause explains to us that the numbers of MIPs dropped by half last year.
So as far as the survey goes, yeah, we'd like to be lower on that survey, and that's our goal. Statistics-wise, specifically for alcohol, back in 2012 we had 210 MIPs, which I think is probably a little high. And then in 2013 we had 101 contacts, MIPs. We do have some things that happen. When people drink alcohol, sometimes their inhibitions are gone and they commit other crimes. like theft and vandalism, those kinds of things. So it's something that we aggressively pursue. We have a full-time crime prevention officer that does a lot of programs around campus. To different groups like sororities, fraternities. We also have a student group called Campus Safety Patrol. We've got a lot of eyes and ears out there.
Estelle Plagate, reporting from Gray Hall for Bear News.
Did you give up something for Lent? Your favorite food? Social media? Lent is a Catholic tradition that lasts from Ash Wednesday to April 17th and Holy Thursday. Anyone at UNC can learn about the Lenten season by joining Bear Catholic. Every Wednesday during Lent, this group learns about a new topic led by Father Matt Hartley. Some topics include Lent for Dummies, the joy of Lent. The last week's topic was the Bible in an hour. To learn more about Bear Catholic, you can visit bearcatholic.com.
You may have noticed over the past summer and fall seasons, people were voting for Main Street Matters. Well, if you didn't know, we won. Here's Jeff Torrey, the leader on this project.
We're down here in Greeley, 16th Street, working on the Main Street Matters project. 21st Century Painting's been hired, my company, to do all the painting and restoration down here. Benjamin Moore and Brad Pitt's foundation, Make It Right, has sponsored and paid for all this and got us in on it. And we're just looking forward to beautifying this area of Greeley and making a difference.
These painters are working diligently to give the street a beautification makeover and add some life back into these old buildings. The painting and remodeling project covers 2 blocks on 16th Street from 10th Avenue all the way up to 8th Avenue, and also a block on 8th Avenue going north from 16th Street. The project is hopefully finished by April 10th, and after, a big party with food and music where everyone is invited will be held across 16th Street at the UNC campus. Reporting from Main Street Matters, I'm Nathan Fusco, Bear News.
On the road last weekend, the UNC baseball team faced North Dakota for a 3-game series. March 29th was a doubleheader for the Bears, and the weekend ended on March 13th for a single game. The Bears out-hit UND 7-6 in the first game. UNC managed to have base runners in 7 of 9 innings and didn't bring home any until the 7th inning by Nick Miller. UND scored 1 run in the second and 2 in the fourth to win this first game, 3-2. The Bears also totaled more hits in Game 2 with 8 over UND's 5 and again managed base runners in 7 innings. Senior Andrew Kaufman and junior Brandon Vaughn each had 2 hits. Vaughn drove in junior Jensen Park for a run, and Kaufman scored a run off of a single by Ben Netzel to tie the game at 2. A run by North Dakota in the bottom of the 8th brought them to the lead and eventually win this game 3-2. This 3-game series ended in a sweep for North Dakota after they won the final game 2-1. Junior Bryant Tibbetts recorded his first career home run to tie the score at 1, and UND answered with another run at the bottom of the 7th to take the lead and go on to win it. After a weekend sweep, could the Bears get the victory over the Air Force Falcons on April 1st? Going into the 8th inning, the Bears were down 6-1, but managed to score 5 runs in the last 2 innings to bring the score up 8-6. The Falcons out-hit the Bears 11-10, and despite 3 errors from Air Force, they took this game 8-6. UNC has now lost 10 games in a row and is now 5-23 overall and 0-6 WAC. Their next matchup is against New Mexico State on April 4th. The UNC softball team also left the state for a 3-game series against Weber State March 28th to the 29th. The Bears won the first 2 games 3-0 and 4-3. The last game of the series, Weber State took the early lead, and by the end of the second, they were up 6-1. The Bears fought back and took the lead in the 7th to be up 10-8. Senior Brianna Holiday earned her 6th win of the season as a reliever for the Bears. UNC is undefeated in the Big Sky Conference so far with a 3-0 record. The Bears are also home this weekend and will play Sacramento State for a 3-game series. The UNC soccer team hosted some familiar faces for the spring alumni game on March 30th. Sydney Schroeder got things going for the Bears midway through the first half to put the Bears up 1-0 over the alumni. The alumni showed they still have what it takes going into the half, just down 1. The Bears went up 2-0 in the second half after Paige Morris scored her first goal. The alumni stayed in the game but couldn't get any offense going. The Bears would go on to win this game 3-0.
That's the best I could do.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Bear News got an exclusive interview with the members of Love and Theft and Craig Campbell. One thing Bear News wanted to know about Craig Campbell and Love and Theft is what their musical influences are.
So I was taught by the best, Alan Jackson and Clint Black and Tracy Lawrence and Shenandoah, Diamond Rio, Travis Tritt. That's just a few of the awesome music, awesome singers we had, in the early 90s. And those are my heroes.
The Eagles is definitely one of our biggest influences, especially for when we started playing and singing together. Elvis Presley's my biggest musical influence. Nirvana was a big influence. That's in the 90s for me, because that was the reason I picked up a guitar. I heard Smells Like Teen Spirit, and I was like, I got to learn how to play that song.
With country music being both of the band's genre, we wanted to know what got them interested in country music.
I consider the early 90s country music maybe the best country music ever. And that's when I was most influential, or most like a sponge. When I would hear it on the radio. That's when I fell in love with country music.
And George Strait, I fell in love with country music because of George Strait.
Just like many country music stars, their answer to where they like to play was the same.
I guess one of my favorite times of, just memorable occasions would have to be my Grand Ole Opry debut. I made my debut at the Opry in October of 2010, and that's just one of them things that I guess, as all country music singers, they playing the Grand Ole Opry is kind of like the Holy Grail. It's one thing that we all want to do, and I've been fortunate to have done it several times over the past few years. But my very first time is definitely one that I'll always remember.
The Grand Ole Opry is my favorite place to play for sure. I don't know about Eric.
With writing songs being a very important aspect to a musician, Bear News wanted to know when they started writing songs and why.
It was something that I started doing after I moved to Nashville. It wasn't something that I did before. I used to play piano for Luke Bryan, and one thing that, piece of advice he gave me one day when we were out on the road, and he just told me, start writing my own songs and write often, and some of the best advice I ever got.
I've been writing songs since I was probably 10 or 11 years old. So
I didn't start writing songs until probably like 15, 16.
Oh man, it's everywhere. It's my family's a big inspiration. I write songs about my girls a lot, and you write about stuff that you know. I write about real life stuff.
Craig Campbell and Love and Theft performed many songs on Saturday night, and we wanted to know which of those was their favorite.
Songs that people love, that certain songs we play that people sing along to. Family Man, I guess, will always be a special song because it was my first single. It was my first top 15, but at the end of the day, I just like singing songs that make people feel good and they have a good time with.
Currently, my favorite song to play live is our new single, Night That You'll Never Forget.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Just because a lot of people are hearing us play it live for the first time that just downloaded or haven't heard it ever. So I like playing a song called Candyland. It's going to be our new album live. That's probably my favorite one.
For our final question, we asked the bands what they wanted UNC students to know about them.
I love the smell of
Greeley,
Colorado.
A new song that's out, "Keep Them Kisses Coming," is my fastest rising song to date. It's should be in the top 20 this week, so we're pretty excited about that. And hopefully, we was talking about having a first number one. Hopefully, this is the one. We'll see.
Yes, what's our favorite country? Oh, thank you for asking, America.
Okay, great, perfect.
My favorite color is gray, brown, orange, and black. It's my favorite color.
Okay.
Reporting from Butler Hancock, I'm Kristen Skovelich, Bear News.
Love and Theft, over and out. Thanks for having us.
We'll see you when we see you.
All right, guys, it's time for our Pinterest pick of the week. Did you know you can make your own homemade cleaning supplies using products that are available at your local pharmacy? You can make cleaning supplies such as grease cutters, bath, sink, and cleaner, antibacterial spray, as well as an all-purpose cleaner. It never hurts to give it a try and be eco-friendly, plus thrifty-friendly.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Bear News. We'll be back next week. Until then, stay up to date on our Facebook and Twitter pages.